Hi guys, so I just did a save. Right, I think I'll pop over to my mate and see what else the Knight Templar is. Did miss anything in here? I doubt it. Okay, let's go and have a chat to my
You know, Murph, I think we make a great team. What can I do for you?
Margaret, Count Saint Germain.
We were talking about some stuff. Tesla, Romanovs, Fabergé, that sort of thing.
So Romanovs were
He sure seems to know a lot about everything.
the Tsar and his family in Russia before the revolution, which all his family were murdered. Mind you, he was a complete anti-Semite and a completely useless leader, but not that's any reason for murder. They basically wiped out his whole family. This was during World War One. Margaret Leonard photo.
That's the most recent photo of Margaret Leonard I could find. Like I said, she's been out of circulation for a while.
Okay, so didn't really get anything out of that. Oh, I haven't looked at this, have I?
It's a picture of someone named Mantis. That accomplished nothing.
Yeah, which is kind of what I expected, to be honest. Right, so have I got to go and ask everyone about Mantis now?
Seriously, we are the dynamic duo, don't you think?
You're certainly the boy wonder.
So what have you come up with?
Apparently nothing. Right, so let's go and ring the ding-dong bell.
Always happy to help out my best tenant.
He looks Irish. Okay, so you can't do anything either. You know, I'm going to go and ask my buddy who calls me Moif.
I hope you don't mind, Mike. I've been telling folks in the neighborhood about your situation, just so they know it's the old techs they're dealing with. Let me know what else I can do for you.
Ah, Count Saint Germain.
Big guy? Talks like he should be on the radio. Yeah, he came in the other day. Didn't seem too impressed with my, cuisine.
Can you give me a bit more information on that? No. Mojo. Come on, Mojo.
Of all the face-melting food joints in all the towns, in all the world, you walk into mine.
Well, your bosses. Ah. I reckon Rook, actually. Rook knew about the lady.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Van Winkle.
Yeah.
What is it I can help you with, Rip?
Just going to say, you want me to rip you a new one?
Interesting fellow. He was particularly interested in anything to do with Nikola Tesla. He mentioned that he stayed at the Golden Gate Hotel.
Thank you. I'm making some progress here. Can see the sexiest hologram I've ever seen.
Hey Tex, how's your case progressing? Due to my restrictive protocols, I can only confirm that Count Saint Germain is currently a guest at our hotel.
Currently? That's not helping me though, is it? There's only one person on the street I can ask. I want to check though to see if I can go back to the beach thing, because I'm a bit... No. So there's nowhere else I can go down. So, last person.
Not again. You're gonna get me fired. Or worse.
No, I'm not. She told me nothing. Ah. Right, so... What's that? Oh.
Lead pipes are always magically drawn to my skull like moths to the flame.
Oh, that's why I got a thing on my head then. Oh. Oh, my car was a floating Lamborghini, was it? Wow. How many times do they have to hit you to knock you out? You should have been dead. Oh. Transformer. Actually, you see one of the alien guys with a thing in the... I have to stick the thing in the back of the neck. Well, I've checked everywhere. Maybe I missed something in the room. Because one of the things that struck me as particularly odd was when I said about the bathroom, and there didn't seem to be anything there.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
Oh. I actually looked at that before and said, is she in the bath? Oh. Day 4. Saints and sinners, or the unusual suspects. And it's on a wall. Okay. So that's Margaret Sanger. Is it Margaret Sanger? Margaret whatever.
Well, I think I found Margaret Leonard.
Margaret Leonard.
Oh,
Who's
sorry.
Margaret Sanger? Oh, she's the one who started up. She was a biogenicist. Who started up Planned Parenthood. Which tends to have most of its branches in black neighbourhoods.
Well, hello, boys.
Mr. Murphy,
Oh, you
you
too,
need to
then.
come with us if you want to live.
Seriously?
Just kidding. What was going on in there? You know the drill.
Why do so many people around you end up dead?
Vehicle compliance tracking software? Inevitable.
Well, everybody dies eventually.
But not all at once. Did you kill Margaret Leonard?
PI 303.
Come on, Danwich. If I killed her, what'd I do with her head? Eat it?
So we keep walking in on you with all these dead bodies. You must be the unluckiest guy in the world.
The usual suspect, no idea. Search for a motive.
Whoever offed Margaret Leonard either hated her guts or was completely bonkers. I mean, why would someone decapitate her?
I don't care why, I just want to know who.
Wait a second,
You
how do we
wanna
even
know
know
both.
it's Margaret Leonard? I mean, maybe that's why they took the head.
Yeah, that might have worked 100 years ago, but now we've got apps for that. We've already got a positive ID.
It's kind of fun, isn't it? I mean, kind of working together, bouncing ideas, sharing information. I mean, what if I said I had some information might help your investigation?
I'd say you were withholding evidence.
Now, I said I might have something.
No, you said you had something that might help.
Yeah, oops. Look, Danwich, you seem like a stand-up guy, and I know you don't want any vigilantism, so I'll play it by the book. I think I have video that might have been shot by the guy who killed Margaret Leonard. I'm just gonna hand it to you, and hope you'll cut me some slack.
It's on your smart, Alex? Let's have it.
I've seen this myself, apparently not. Can I see this as well, please? Oh,
The guy in
that.
the video's Mason Bowers.
And this is the guy you think was abducted. The problem is there's no evidence of anyone being abducted, so I can't investigate. My hands are tied.
Well, mine, as you see.
And also,
I may have seen this guy before. on some kind of surveillance video.
A surveillance video, you say?
I wonder which one.
The video could have shown you in your apartment talking to an elderly lady. There may have been another man there as well, a mutant of some kind.
Is it a warlock?
Who
Warlock, I mean.
might have jumped you. The elderly lady, in theory, could have appeared to have injected you when you were restrained.
This is to get the
In
dream.
the ensuing struggle, you might have been knocked out on the fire escape.
And when would Bowers have shown, hypothetically?
Right after you were knocked out, tore through the apartment in pursuit of the old lady.
So everything that I've told you matches up, and we're both looking for Mason Bowers.
Are you familiar with a program called VCT? Vehicle Compliance Tracking? All cars come with sensors that report when one is out of compliance. For example, when you have your right front headlight shot out, if you could access the VCT database, which is illegal and highly inadvisable, you would find a list of all vehicles with the right front headlight shot out. If you could provide more information on the vehicle, you can access an ID and an address from the registration.
Any chance this might have been the vehicle seen in the Maldonado surveillance video?
I gotta get back to work, Murphy. If you got questions, ask them. And then stop wasting my time with this speculative nonsense.
Okay. He said there's no evidence that someone was abducted. I told him I think someone was abducted. That should be evidence enough to investigate. That's bad policing.
Don't recognize the face. Sorry.
Zach Williams.
I know who Zach Williams is, and who his associates are. I'd advise you to keep your distance.
He's the electronics guy, isn't he? Margaret Leonard photo.
That's Margaret Leonard? I'll have to take your word for it.
Oh yeah, she hasn't got a head. Suspicious speeder.
A speeder with a broken headlight on the front passenger side? No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, that's interesting. After he just said all that stuff about...
As soon as I got back from the new San Francisco Police Department, I had an urgent message from Rook. It seems Rook had a soft spot for Margaret and wanted to bring her some justice. He told me he had another interested party in the Tesla cache, a Count Saint Germain, who was staying at the Golden Gate Hotel. Maybe he could divulge some answers.
One hears a great deal about Tex Murphy on Chandler Avenue. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Word is you're a big fan of Nikola Tesla, or at least his stuff.
Yes. Your local pawn shop has a remarkably extensive offering of Tesla paraphernalia. Certainly the largest cache I've found this side of Belgrade.
You mind if I ask what your interest is in Tesla?
Belgrade or Beograd?
I gather you're at least somewhat familiar with the story of the Tesla
It's in
cache?
Romania, isn't it?
I believe
No.
some of the items Rook has were
You just
part
got
of the
it.
Tesla cache, but he refuses to divulge how he obtained them.
Didn't there?
I presume from Margaret Leonard, or some third party who got them from her.
Shocking. Rook normally would cut off his right arm if he thought somebody'd buy it.
I've spent many years searching for something. My hope is to find a clue as to its whereabouts in Tesla's letters or journals. But the trail has led me here. Tell me, Mr. Murphy, do you know the name J.T. Donnelly?
Yeah. I mean, I just heard about it, but he was a PI, and he lived around here back in the 1940s.
At the Ritz, in the very room in which you now live. An intriguing connection.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting and maybe a little weird, but it's not a connection.
Getting a bit Scientology.
But it's so much more than that. Back in Donnelly's time, there was a man known as the Sleeping Prophet, Edgar Casey. He made a compelling case for the belief that most of us have lived past lives.
You're losing me.
Come now. You've said on more than one occasion that you felt as if you'd been born a century too late.
Most people
A man
said that.
out of time, as it were. Tell me, Do you have disturbingly realistic, vivid dreams of another era?
What? You know about my dreams? Must be getting incredibly broad-minded in my old age. So what are you saying? I was J.T. Donnelly in a former life?
We could explore that possibility, but first, have eggs ever appeared in your dreams?
Oh, I love eggs, of course. Poached, over easy, scrambled. I mean, they're certainly nature's wonder food.
There are affordable accommodations in better parts of the city. Something could have been drawing you specifically to the Ritz. Don't you agree?
Yeah, cheap rent. Could you maybe help me out with these memories? Help me interpret these dreams?
If you could find this egg, or even put me on its trail again, I have certain techniques, such as regression and channeling, that could help you recall past events. And, I should add, the egg is worth a fortune, which I would gladly pay.
We talk for a few minutes longer, but I tell him I need to get back to the case. This is way beyond my comprehension. Mystical eggs? Mind regression? Past lives? It's boggling. Margaret spoke of an egg being held by a religious fanatic who prays. Was it the Tesla egg I found in the wall at the Ritz? If so,
it was someone who
it would have been there for over 100 years. Does it have some sort of channeling power from the person who possessed it? Well, Mason Bowers is still the key. I need data for the VCT so I can find out who kidnapped him. I better start asking around.
Time for some good old-fashioned detective work. You should talk to potential witnesses and see if they know anything about the suspicious vehicle involved with the abduction.
This VCT software will give me a location where the getaway vehicle was registered. If I can find 5 key descriptions about it.
Okay. So I need to go and ask people. I'm going to start with Holly, since I was in the hotel. And I like looking at her.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
Suspicious speeder.
You're talking about the speeder I saw take off after the shooting? What I can tell you for certain is the last 2 digits on the license plate. They were the numbers 6 and 3.
Ta-da. Good girl.
I need to find a few more identifying...
Okay, so they go on automatically. I just wanted to check that. Now, who else said they saw something? Anyone in here? Are they still out hunting Morlocks, whatever it is?
Hey, Murph, how you doing? What can I do for you?
Well, Margaret Leonard.
She's dead? And she was living right here for years. How do you always find yourself right in the middle of everything? You have a gift, my friend. He'd go on into these weird trances and talk about past life stuff. You know, pretty intriguing until you get to where he starts going on about Atlantis.
Ooh, would that be the Rosicrucians? And Francis Bacon? Because America was supposed to be the new Atlantis. Interesting, huh? Suspicious speeder.
No.
Okay, bye. He wasn't here, was he? We'll give him a try anyway.
Wow, that is crazy what happened to Margaret Leonard. Is everything okay with you and the cops?
Yeah, cops would love to pin it on me, but I think it's all tied to a Mason Bowers who was abducted outside the Ritz a couple of nights ago. I'm just trying to find anybody who might have seen something.
Oh, well then you probably need to talk to Sapphire.
Sapphire? Sounds like some Greek oracle.
Well, I don't know if she's Greek or not, but she's definitely exotic looking. And she's one of your fellow tenants.
Oh, no.
Her door's decorated like a French nightmare, but it suits her business. So,
She's
if you hear any noises you can't identify, you might want to come back later.
I was going to say something, I completely forgot what it was.
It's a damn shame what happened to that little lady. And I'm not crazy about what it did to her apartment either.
Suspicious speeder.
Not a clue.
Yeah, you weren't here, were you? You said that earlier. Yep. Right, let's go. Oh, good grief.
Well, this is a nice surprise.
Oh, and you're not a woman. Genuinely surprised.
Sapphire. What a beautiful, if somewhat misleading name.
Oh, I know what I was going to
Thanks,
say.
Tex. You know just what to say to please a lady.
The fact that he said it sounds like some Greek oracle, he wouldn't know what sounded like a Greek oracle. Not so simple machine.
Wow, is that a... what kind of contraption is that?
So,
how tall is
what brings New San
he?
Francisco's sexiest PI to my door? Business or pleasure?
Definitely business. Who, me? On the clock, yeah.
Let's start with business.
How disappointing. Well, we could use that home gym in there to work off some stress. I'm sure you wouldn't mind a happy ending, if you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all anybody wants, right? I mean, and they lived happily ever after, that kind of thing.
Fine. You don't want to scratch each other's backs. But what if I don't play ball? Can we still rough and tumble?
Well, Sapphire, don't make me twist your arm.
She'll break your neck.
You can't make me talk.
We can do this the hard way or the easy way.
Excuse me? Are you threatening me?
I'm about to get knocked out
Because
again.
if you are, I'd love to see you try the hard way.
Something to her head.
I'm sorry, Tex. I got carried away. I didn't mean to hurt you. At least not like that. Can you forgive me?
Down without.
Not until I give you a good, firm interrogation.
I'll be
I'm
careful what
all
you
yours,
say.
Mr. Murphy.
Okay, can we just ask questions? Safer. Wow. Okay, suspicious
It
food.
looked black, or midnight blue at first, but when the light hit it just right, I could see that it was actually close to sapphire, which, of course, I would remember.
You would, wouldn't you? Margaret London photo.
That sweet lady used to live here.
I'm going to ask everything because it's points.
Now, what would I know about that?
Nothing. Doesn't matter. I've already found it. Clint.
After Clint took over ownership of the Ritz from Nilo, things got a lot better. He even removed all the bugs and hidden cameras.
I'm surprised you're not saying like at the end of in every sentence. Zach Williams.
Runs the electronics shop, though he's hardly ever there.
Inspector
But that
Burns,
place
thank you.
will literally kill you.
At least someone's actually using literally, and they should be using literally.
No idea who that is.
Brooke Garner.
Rook's one of my best customers. His tastes aren't as old-fashioned as you might think.
I don't want to know. Carlos Mandalado.
That scumbag detective has been watching me for months.
Oh.
That's the guy you think got abducted? I saw him around a few times coming to see you. I thought.
Mind you, she might be just he, she, it. No, he or she. Might be just paranoid.
So spunky. And I love spunk.
Thanks.
I only met you a couple years ago, so I don't know what you were like before. But I like what I see now. It ain't just your ass that's bad.
Trying to think who the transvestite is on US TV who kind of looks like. Might even be that person. Louis.
Gets along with everybody. Makes great food. What's she got that I don't? I can tell you one thing that I've got that she doesn't.
Yeah, I think I know what it is, and I don't want to know. 3 Counts to Midnight.
That's not my kind of store.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the nicest place in town, but you can't beat the price. It's a live and let live kind of place.
Abduction of on Chandler.
First, I hear people running around up in your apartment. Then, this speeder lands outside. I hear some man yelling and screaming outside the Ritz. Then, he runs off with some other people chasing him. After a bit, he comes back, and I hear him outside my window. Sounds like he's talking to himself. Then, 2 other guys catch him, shove him into the speeder. Then, I hear gunshots, and the speeder takes off.
Could you be any more dramatic with the gestures? So I think that was Bauer, and maybe he was making that call.
You're a tough guy who thinks he's above the law. What girl doesn't like to get a little turned on by that kind of man?
You do know she's a he, right? With the strength of 10 ordinary men.
Probably. Okay, let's go and talk to Rook.
Hello, Murphy. How goes the investigation?
Tell me about the speeder.
The speeder that flew away after the gunshots I heard? I'm not sure what type it was, but I did notice that the interior was very unusual. It was, all white.
Thank you. Margaret
I'm
Hannah.
quite certain she was on the run from someone or something. I took care of her as much as she'd let me. I'm very sad she's gone.
Tesla
Yes,
cash. Yeah.
I'm sure that Margaret's items came from the Tesla cache, though the pieces she gave me to sell weren't nearly as valuable as rumors would have you believe.
What rumors? I don't think he was around.
More questions?
Yep.
Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
My job. As I keep
Yeah,
saying.
there was a speeder that took off right after the gunshots. Saw it in my rearview mirror. I got a thing for high-end speeders. This was a 48 Pandian. Sweet ride.
Thank you. I think I got all the clues I need now. No, 4. I've got to get 6, right? Hang on.
I need to find a few more. That's not right.
So I got to get 2 more. Right. I know he heard something.
I think everybody's pretty happy that you're back to your old self. Except Rook. That ornery old cuss. No pleasing him, I guess.
I guess not.
How are things going for you?
Suspicious.
So this is the speeder you think took off after those gunshots and the abduction the other day.
Right, Madrid.
I do remember seeing a vehicle. I didn't get the license plate or nothing. I just saw it was one of them nice Pandians. The Bi-Turbo XL model.
Don't you call them twin turbos like we do?
Well, I finally gather enough data to identify the kidnapper. It's registered to a company called Cezanne. Location.
Okay. I'll go to that place in the next episode. I'll just pop over. We shouldn't
Still
have-
can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir?
I don't think I need
Would if I
this.
could.
That's alright. I've got all the information I need. Right. Okay, I'm going to end it here. And I'm going to do a save game, and then I'll continue tomorrow's thing. I've got a prize draw to do. So, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.